Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at Super Value Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
It's the start of men's volleyball postseason conference play. We are live from the Schaefer Center in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as the Indiana Tech Warriors receiving votes in the latest edition of the Top 15 poll in men's volleyball, and the number 3 team in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference during the regular season plays host to the number 6 seed during the regular season, the Siena Heights Saints, who come in at 11-15 overall with an 8-10 mark in the WAC. Jaron Matheny for SummitCitySports.com. Glad you are with us as Siena Heights and Indiana Tech meet for the 3rd time this season. Indiana Tech with the advantage 2 wins to none over Siena Heights this year. On the road earlier this season, Indiana Tech winning over Siena Heights in 4 sets. And then just a couple of weeks ago on the home court here at the Schaefer Center, it was the Warriors in straight sets over Siena Heights. Back and forth in sets 1 and 2, and then Indiana Tech running away with the 3rd set. And now we get ready for conference men's volleyball postseason play, and it's number 3 versus number 6. We'll also have number 4 versus number 5 going on as soon as we start this one, that being played at Mount Vernon Nazarene in Ohio. Mount Vernon taking on Lawrence Tech as we check out the full bracket in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference for men's volleyball. Number 1, Lords. The Gray Wolves earning that number 1 seat with a 16-10 overall record, going 16-2 in the WAC this season. Cornerstone second with a 21-4 overall record, 15-3 in the WAC. And then your 2 matchups today in the first round of the conference postseason tournament. Number 3, Indiana Tech. Number 6, Siena Heights. And then number 4, Mount Vernon Nazarene hosting number 5, Lawrence Tech. The semifinals will be played on Friday night at Lourdes, with the championship being played at Lourdes on Saturday as well. You get the number 1 seed. You get to host the entire back half of this tournament with the semifinals and championship matchups. And Lourdes should be in a pretty good spot, considering that the champions of the WAC tournament have been the number 1 seed in every year of this tournament so far. Didn't play the tournament in 2020, but in 2019, Lourdes, the number 1 seed, won the postseason tournament. They did the same thing in 2021, and then in the last 2 years, Indiana Tech, the number 1 seed in both 22 and 23. That number 1 seed paying dividends and winning the postseason tournament championship as well. So we'll see if the number 1 holds true once we get to the semifinals and finals on Friday and Saturday at Lourdes, but certainly a nice advantage to be able to play on your home court for the biggest matches of the year. The only automatic qualifier for the national tournament from the WAC will come from the tournament championship. So yes, it does pay dividends to win the regular season title because you get to host the semifinals and the finals, but it's all about winning the tournament championship if you want to make it to the national tournament. The national tournament begins on April 30th and runs through May 4th, held in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Indiana Tech trying to get back to the national tournament once again. Siena Heights standing in their way today, and the Saints so far this season led by Daniel Rua on the offensive attack with just under 240 kills on the year. Zach Tucker will do the assisting in the middle. He'll dish out the ball. 855 assists on the season for Zach Tucker. He also leads the team in aces this year with 52. And then in terms of the total blockers, it's split between Jacob Pickett and Rossi Bailey. Those 2 guys each with 70 blocks on the year. Jacob Kisner, the leader in digs this season for Siena Heights, with 229 digs coming in to play today. Indiana Tech led on the attack by Dante Stewart. He surpassed 300 kills on the year. Brandon Jones still leads the team in assists with 479, but Armando Sanj not far behind at this point. Stewart also your leader in aces this season with 29. Raekwon Rogers, the all-time leading blocker in Tech men's volleyball history, 96 total blocks this season, just 4 shy of the century mark. And Alex Rosno, 185 digs on the year, number 1 for Indiana Tech this season. The Warriors 24-5 overall, 14-4 in the WAC during the regular season, taking on Siena Heights, who went 11-15 overall, finished with an 8-10 conference mark, but the Saints have lost 5 consecutive matches, all in straight sets, leading in to play tonight. Indiana Tech, if you've been with us throughout the course of this year, you know they're 9-2 on the home floor this season. All 9 of those victories have come in straight sets for Indiana Tech. The 2 losses were both in 5-set thrillers to Cornerstone and Lawrence Tech. The Warriors looking to move on to the WAC semifinals on Friday night at Lourdes, and keeping an eye on that tournament championship game on Saturday. 3 wins this week gets you into the national tournament if you're Indiana Tech or Siena Heights. We'll see who can get it done when we come back to the Schaefer Center. We'll return with your starting rotations after the national anthem and then have first serve on this Tuesday night. WAC Championship and the postseason tournament begins with the first round tonight. Indiana Tech, the number 3 seed, hosting the number 6 seed Siena Heights, who just beat out Goshen, who finished at 7-11 in the conference this year. Goshen, number 7, St. Mary of the Woods was 8th, tied with Bethel at 5-13, and then Aquinas 1-17. That's what they finished in the conference this year. We'll have Indiana Tech versus Siena Heights coming your way with the starting rotations after this break. Before we get to your starting rotations, let's take a tour around the Indiana Tech campus.
Hi, I'm Paxton, and I'll be your tour guide today. Behind me, we have Pearson Hall. This is one of our freshman dorms on campus. Today, I'll be showing you dorm rooms. Come inside. The only way to get into campus is if you have an ID card, so you'll have to swipe into all the dorms. And then over here, we have an intercom system. So through every dorm, we have these dial buttons within the dorm rooms and then outside. So say you're visiting somebody, you don't live here, you would dial their room number, and then you can actually call their room, and they can unlock the doors to the dorm through the intercom system, and you can talk to them. They can see you through a camera, and they can unlock the doors for you, so they don't have to leave the room. It's really nice to have. So right here, we just have our main lobby. Every floor has a lobby. In the lobbies, we just have TVs and stuff. You can watch movies, play video games. You can hang out with friends, do homework, play card games. It's just a nice little hangout area to have. And then right here, this is what we call our RA office. So every single night, there will be an RA in the office. They're just there for your needs if you have any issues with toilets or sinks or anything being clogged. They'll always be in there for your help. If you have questions about anything, you can always come see an RA here. And then over here, we have mailboxes. Every student has a mailbox. They are really small. The only thing they can fit is card-sized items. Throughout campus, you'll see our mail room when you go on your actual tour later on, and that will be in one of our other buildings where you'll receive bigger packages. All right, so here's the laundry room. So in the laundry room, you don't have to save quarters or use quarters. I know it says 25 cents, but it is included with living on campus. And then there's one on every floor and every side of floor, so there's 2 on every floor in Pearson. So every student has keys to their dorm. And then as you come in, you will see our intercom system right here that I talked about in the entranceway. So this is where you would unlock the door for visitors, talk to them. And then one really nice thing about it is there is a security guard button right there. So if you were to have somebody calling your room constantly at 5 o'clock in the morning because some student forgot their keys, you could actually press the security guard button and it will lock them in that little box that we entered into the dorm. It'll lock both the outside doors and the inside doors and call security. So it also has a nice safety measure within your room. You don't even have to leave your room for that. So it's really nice. And then as we enter in this way, you'll see this is the half of our room looks like. So there's this, and then on the other side of the suite, there's a mirrored room that looks exactly like this. The desk, the dressers, and the closets, and all of the drawers and stuff all come with. You can decorate it any way you'd like, and then mini fridges, TVs, anything like that you would bring here. And then through here we have our bathroom. So then as we come into the bathroom, you'll see that this side of the room has their own sink and toilet, and then as you come through, there's one shower shared between the 2 rooms, and then this side of the room has their own sink and toilet, and then there's the mirrored room right here. So then they share a little common space out there, and then this is the exact same stuff, and it's all the same. Here we have Calflush. This is our other freshman dorm on campus. It is across the street from main campus. We'll be showing another freshman dorm, the laundry room, and then the hangout lobby area. Come on in. So same thing as Pearson. To get into the dorms, you have to have a swipe card that unlocks and lets you in. All right, and then we have the same intercom system as we do in Pearson, and it runs throughout all of the dorms. And then in here is the lobby area where all the students hang out. We have like a TV so people can hook up like Xboxes or anything like that, DVD players, you can watch movies. I know RA's put on a bunch of activities down here. They do like movie nights with hot chocolate during the winter. We've done like pumpkin carving and we watch a Halloween movie, and so that's all done down here. And then it's the same thing over here. You can do some studying, you can hang out with friends, you can eat dinner if you want, and like I said, you can hang out with your RA, hang out with your friends, do homework, but follow me to the next part. So same thing as Pearson, every student has keys to their dorm. So when you first walk in, it's different than Pearson where there's no like 2 mirrored room. It's just one room with 2 students. The shelves, the desks, the drawers, all of the beds and stuff all come with. And then over here, it's the same for Pearson and Calflesh. You can control the air condition and the heat for the room, not the entire dorm, which is so nice because then it's between you and your roommate, not through hundreds of people in one building. And then as we walk over here, you'll see that the sink is outside of the bathroom, which is so nice because obviously if your roommate's showering, you don't have to worry about not being able to brush your teeth or even use the sink or get a drink of water or anything like that. And then as we walk over here, you'll see only 2 roommates to 1 bathroom. And then the shelving space. And then instead of Pearson where they have closets, you would have this whole shelving space and hanger area. And then same thing as Pearson, we have the intercom system over here where you can press the security guard button, you can talk to them, and then see them through the camera. Calflesh also has mailboxes. They're the same size. They fit card-sized items. And again, if you have any bigger packages, we do have a mailroom on campus. So then through here, this is the laundry room. The difference between Pearson and Calflesh is Calflesh, there's only 1 in the whole building and it's on the first floor, whereas Pearson has them on every floor. But it is the same as they are included with living here, so you don't have to use quarters. It's free to the students. And that concludes the tour. Thanks for coming with. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to your counselor. Hope to see you around campus. Go Warriors!
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Back at the Schaefer Center, WAC Tournament Round 1 action. Number 3 Indiana Tech taking on number 6 Siena Heights with a spot in the WAC semifinals and a matchup with Cornerstone on the line for the winner. Let's roll through the starters first for the visitors on the scoreboard. The Siena Heights Saints, Jacob Pickett, Zach Tucker, Rasai Bailey, Fran Baza, Jonathan Stavring, Jacob Kisner at libero. Raekwon Rogers gets the start at the middle blocker position for Indiana Tech. On the outside, a 5th-year senior from Trinidad and Tobago, number 4, Dante Stewart. Doing the setting duties today for Indiana Tech is number 14, the sophomore Armando Sanj. On the outside, number 7, Mario Capo, a senior. As some of these seniors get their final taste of match play at the Schaefer Center, including Mason Mylan, the 5th-year opposite from Columbus, Ohio. Another middle blocker is the 6'3" senior number 20, John Fonda. And then the liberos for Indiana Tech sophomore at 5'10" from Oswego, number 12, Alex Rosno, and a junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 9, Jacob Carrico. Head coach Jordan Rosenberg wearing the light pink today in his first season at the helm for the Warriors. Parker Signs in his first season for Siena Heights. Again, the Saints played a really good opening 2 sets against Indiana Tech here at the Schaefer Center a couple of weeks ago, but they just didn't sustain that success into the third set, and Tech rolled through on that April 5th 3-0 victory. So the two sides will shake hands, and then we'll let you hear the tradition for Indiana Tech as they get ready to roll inside the Schaefer Center. Mason Milan and Raekwon Rogers leading that charge one more time on the home floor. So for the final time for these fourth-year or fifth-year seniors, they'll take the floor at the Schaefer Center. Mason Milan, Raekwon Rogers, Dante Stewart, John Fonda, Mario Capo. This group very experienced and looking for one more victory on the home floor and on the home court. See if they can get it today against Siena Heights. The Saints in their navy blue uniforms. Indiana Tech wearing all black. And here we go. Warriors and Saints for the third time this season. Tech 2-0 on the year against Siena Heights. And it'll be Indiana Tech serving first. Jacob Carrico. Have to chase this one down. He's been serving at a high clip for Indiana Tech as of late. .707 start time. Carrico cross-court serve. Tucker on the run. Pops it up, and it's sent right back. Armando Sanj on the block as Baza is sent packing, and it's 1-0 Indiana Tech. (25-22, 25-22, and then 25-12. Those set scores back on April 5th in that win over Siena Heights. Carrico, good serve, first touch, long run for Tucker. Baza again, this time too strong, no touch. Point Warriors. Our head referee wearing the red NAIA vest today as we're into postseason play officially. Carrico with a service error just too far. Looked great from this angle, but just beyond the back line is what our line judge says. And it is 2-1. Siena Heights serving for the first time, and Zach Tucker, the leader in aces, will step back to the service line. Sanj up in the air, Stewart on the runner. This swing is blocked. Pickett can't get it over the top of the blockers. And Indiana Tech, strong defensive start in this match. Armando Sanj, a little bit cleaner shaven today, just the mustache. Nearly went through the hands as Kisner tracks it down, free ball over. Good opportunity for Indiana Tech. Capo Attacking at Kisner. Tucker to the outside for Pickett. Long run here as Rosno got a touch on it, but it ends up out. Point Siena Heights, 3-2. Carrico back on. Jonathan Meisen, freshman outside. Serve is too long. A couple of service errors, one for each side early. 4-2 Indiana Tech. Lawrence Tech at Mount Vernon Nazarene. Georgetown's at Rio Grande today. St. Ambrose at Olivet Nazarene, and Trinity Christian at Judson. Those are the only 5 matches going on this Tuesday night as we begin postseason tournament play. Service error from Dante Stewart, and it is a 4-3 opening set. Women's basketball head coach and athletic director Jessie Biggs is in the building. Good to see her after a run to the round of 16 in the national tournament for basketball. Syracuse pops it over. Tucker to the outside. Good open lane. And Mark Arsenault delivers with a right hand. 4-4. Not a great touch from Syracuse on that. Eventually leads to the Arsenault kill. Jonathan Stavring, cross-court serve. Dosanjh back set. Milan pushed it up against the block. It's down and in for a Siena Heights point. So after a 2-0 start for Indiana Tech, now 5-4 Saints. Stavring serves once again for this younger group on Siena Heights side. Syracuse off the blocker and out, makes up for the earlier mistake. 5-5, and Clayton Wheatley back into the match. John Fonda coming off for Wheatley to serve. Southpaw. Tucker going down the middle, and this swing doesn't make it over for Bailey. Attack error, point Indiana Tech, 6-5 Warriors. Band is here for men's volleyball for what I believe is the first time this season on the men's volleyball side of things. Good contingent of women's volleyball players as well. Back left corner and cleared by Bailey. Point Saints. Jacob Carrico to the back line. Yoon serves for the first time for Siena Heights. Dosanjh for Raekwon Rogers. Couldn't be popped up by Kisner. 7-6 Indiana Tech. Mason Milan serving for the Warriors. We've seen this over the course of the last two and a half weeks now where he's been back to the service line, and it's because of that. The power and an ace for Mason Milan. 8-6, Tech in front. WAC postseason tournament. Men's volleyball first round. Semifinals Friday night at Lourdes. Milan cross-court serve is out, and an error brings Siena Heights back within one. .167 the hitting percentage currently for the Warriors. Negative .250 in the early going for Siena Heights. And a service error for the Saints. Mark Arsenault unable to get it over the tape. 9-7 Warriors in front. Now Mario Capo, senior from Fishers. Yoon setting this time. Tucker with the swing. Now Dosanjh, back set, Milan through the air off the top of the blocker hands. Ball still alive in the rally. Baza puts it off Dosanjh and out. Point Saints. Lawrence Tech leading Mount Vernon Nazarene 11-6 in the first set. Lawrence Tech, that the team you don't want to run into in the postseason, if we're being quite honest. Dosanjh for Dante Stewart. Didn't get any help from the net. Bounces off and out. Attack error, and it is 9-9. Senior Jacob Kisner dons that yellow libero jersey tonight for the Saints. Dosanjh for Stewart. This time it goes. And Indiana Tech, the first team to 10. Women's lacrosse just finishing up practice, so they're making their way inside. And back to the start of our serving rotation, Jacob Carrico. Baza at Capo. Dosanjh pushing out wide. Stewart two-hand tap. Tucker setting for the Arsenal kill. 10-all. Good back and forth battle so far. Zach Tucker serves for the second time. And into the net. Mistakes plaguing Siena Heights currently. That was service error number 3. They've got 4 errors on the attack. 3 service errors as well for Indiana Tech with the 1 ace. Tucker. Ball is alive. Rose no push. Right down the middle. Jonathan Stavring above the rest of the pack. 11-all. Both teams hitting below 100 early on. Lawrence Tech now up 15-7 on Mount Vernon Naz in set 1. Meisen on the high toss. Good serve. Dosanjh having to back up for it. Sets it down near side. Dante Stewart hits the back line. Point Indiana Tech. Capo off. Syracusa on. Dante Stewart to serve. And Stewart, not his best swing from the service line. It's an error, and we're even at 12 once again. Jonathan Stavring. And he fails to clear the net line. So errors and maybe just some early jitters for both of these teams. That's the 4th service error for both sides. Again, 1 ace for Indiana Tech. Warriors hitting 167, 071 for Siena Heights. Clayton Wheatley going cross court. Arsenal have some trouble getting this to Tucker. Rogers hung in the air, stuck it back. It is good for the block and the Indiana Tech point. Good extension from Raekwon Rogers to keep himself above the net, in line with that ball, and that left hand bats it back in. Trouble with the handle as Wheatley picks up the ace. 15-12, Indiana Tech in the opening set. Timeout for Siena Heights. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center after this. SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Good luck, Tammy.
See you, David.
Things happen. How do you make the unexpected happen? Take the next step with an online degree from Indiana Tech. Start with a visit to one of our 2 new Chicago area enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette. You'll discover a wide range of affordable undergraduate and graduate degrees with flexible class schedules designed to fit your lifestyle and help you earn a degree sooner than you'd expect. Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Set 1, Indiana Tech 15, Siena Heights 12. For SummitCitySports.com, I'm Jaron Matheny. Josh Butts running our camera today. It's popped up in the air by Tucker. Stavring with a swing, and eventually the point. Make that Pickett the swing and the point. And a kill for Siena Heights, 15-13. Two kills on 5 swings for Dante Stewart. Let's have 1 error. Yoon keeps himself behind the line. Dosanjh looking at Siracusa. And we've got contact at the net. Point Indiana Tech. (16-13) Warriors. Mason Milan already with an ace. He's got one of the 2 aces for Tech today. Coming right back over. Dosanjh, Raekwon Rogers. Rally continues. Arsenal off the block. Milan keeps it up. Dosanjh for Rogers again. Double contact. Point Indiana Tech. Milan serves once again. Tucker, perfect place to set for Arsenal. When you get it to your setter, it doesn't have to move a whole lot. Good things will happen, and Zach Tucker stayed planted there. Dished out for another assist, 17-14. Mark Arsenal on the high toss. Serves to Dante Stewart. Dosanjh backing up. Milan, drop shot. And then too strong on the swing. No touch. Point Indiana Tech. Baza just a little bit too much gas behind it. (18-14) Warriors, set 1. Capo cross-court serve got up on Baza, now trying to time it up. Stewart, set back. Point Saints. 18-15, set 1. Jacob Kisner. Dosanjh right behind him for Rogers. Shakes the tape but falls in. And it's a 4-point cushion for Indiana Tech here in the first. And Raekwon Rogers having a nice match so far. Indiana Tech hitting .222. Rogers, his 3rd kill on just his 4th swing. Third time through the start of the serving rotation. Baza did make it over and sneaks it in up against the block. 19-16. Like to see, if you're a Siena Heights fan, go grab the next 2 points. Get yourself right back into this set. Zach Tucker. Nice serve, and that's why he's the leader on aces this season for Siena Heights. Picks up his 53rd of the year and makes it 19-17. And then a service error puts Indiana Tech back up by 3. 5 points to get for the Warriors in the opening game. Carrico coming out. Alex Rosno re-enters. And Armando Sanj serves. Looking at zone 2 here. Tucker going out wide. Cross-court kill attempt. Ball is alive, and the rally continues with a free ball. Tucker quickly down the middle. And off an Indiana Tech defender hand out. Point Siena Heights. 20-18. Meisen. High toss. His serves off the top of the tape. Dosanjh for Fonda. Had to extend his arm. Got it off the fingertips. Point Indiana Tech. Nice work by John Fonda as Ben Rosno enters now for Indiana Tech. And Ben will serve for the Warriors. Tucker going out wide for Arsenal. Too strong, no touch. Point Warriors, 22-18. And Siena Heights, 1 timeout remaining for Coach Sines. He's not going to take it here. Warriors up to 250 in the hitting percentage. And an error from Rosno, 22-19. Dante Stewart back in. And it's Jonathan Stavring serving. And a service error puts Indiana Tech 2 points away. Clayton Wheatley in, 2 points to get to try and jump out to a 1-0 advantage in the first. Wheatley serving. Tucker backs up, sends it out wide. Arsenal finds his window against the blockers and hammers it home. 23-20, set 1. Yoon trying to put Siena Heights on a run here. And this is wide to the near side. Set point number 1 for Indiana Tech, and it's Mason Milan back to serve. Set point 1, Milan. Good strong serve. Arsenal swings. Looking to take the first. Milan, drop shot, push back, ball kicked in the air. Bodies hit the deck. Point continues. Arsenal sent packing. Tucker swings. It's out. Point Warriors, and Indiana Tech wins set 1. 25-20 over Siena Heights. Crazy end to the first set for the Warriors, but you take it any way you can. Postseason tournament conference action. First round of the WAC men's volleyball tournament, and it's Indiana Tech with a 1-0 lead, 25-20 in set 1. We'll be back in 3 minutes with set 2 action. SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Warriors victorious in the opening set over Siena Heights, 25-20, as we welcome you back to the Schaefer Center. Said coming into this one, the Saints have lost 5 consecutive matches in straight sets. That makes it their 16th consecutive set lost, and they have not picked up a set victory so far in the month of April. It is Siena Heights serving to begin set 2. Lawrence Tech won the opening set at Mount Vernon Nazarene, 25-14. We'll keep you updated on that. It's the number 5 seed leads the number 4 seed currently there. It's number 3 on top of number 6 here in Fort Wayne. Armando Sanj serving, and an ace for Dosanjh. Third ace of the match for Indiana Tech. Warriors hit just 227 in that opening set, but Raekwon Rogers, 3 kills on 4 swings, leading the charge. And just too many errors for Siena Heights, including one here. Dosanjh back-to-back aces, 3-0 to jumpstart set 2. Dosanjh serving once again. Good line drive at Arsenal. Kisner set to the back line at Capo. Dosanjh, back set. Mason Milan, cross court out. Point Siena Heights after the 3-0 start for Indiana Tech. See if Siena Heights can find a new groove in this set. Jonathan Meisen, freshman from Germany. Fonda sent back. Milan pushing on the set to the outside. Dante Stewart give the assist to Mason Milan. Point Warriors. Dante Stewart back to the service line for Tech. High toss Serve over at Kisner. Near side swing for Arsenal. Looking to the outside, runner for Syracuse. This ball's coming back over. Fonda tapped it, sent right back over. And we've got a net violation against Siena Heights. Point Indiana Tech. Five to 1 Warriors to begin game 2. Milan off the block, off the antenna, and out. And an Indiana Tech point, 6 to 1. And Siena Heights needs a timeout to talk things over early in set 2. Warriors with a 5-point advantage. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center after this. SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
A little bit of Sweet Caroline from the band. It is 6 to 1. Indiana Tech leading Siena Heights in set 2. 1-0 match lead for the Warriors. For SummitCitySports.com, I'm Jaron Matheny. Josh Butt's running our camera today. Dante Stewart serves out of the first time out for the Saints. A couple of early aces in this set. And a nice response out of the timeout. Jonathan Stavring the kill. Bailey, the senior from Columbus, re-entering. And Stavring off the kill, up to the service line. Pushing out wide, Syracuse got a touch. And an Indiana Tech point. Warriors hitting above 333 now in this set. Syracuse yet to commit an error. That's his third kill. Tucker near side for Arsenal. That's set back. And a block to make it 8-2 Warriors. 8 of the first 10 points in this set belong to Indiana Tech, who's been on a roll. Clayton Wheatley, another strong serve at Arsenal, and another ace for the Warriors. And there might be a change coming on that back line for Siena Heights, as Indiana Tech seems to be targeting Arsenal right now in the serve-receive department, at least when he's situated where he is currently. Wheatley went towards that area again. He's got another ace. It is 10-2 Tech. Fourth ace of set 2. And Wheatley trying to keep it rolling. Just too far past the back line for Wheatley. Now 10-3, but the Saints in some trouble. Yoon serving. Siena Heights needing a run, even though it's pretty early in set 2. Milan goes cross court with a beautiful swing. Mason Milan makes it 11-3. Milan with an ace already this evening. Soaking it all in as he serves in the Schaefer Center. First touch coming back over. Rogers, awkward angle, and he's going to get the kill. I think there was a net violation call before that ball even hit the ground against Siena Heights. We'll give Rogers the kill, though, 12-3. And right now, nothing clicking for Siena Heights. Milan kisses the back line. 5th ace of set 2. (13-3) Warriors. And Siena Heights looking around, and Coach Signs looking for some answers right now. Arsenal. Dosanjh for Rogers, just bats it down. And it's a runaway in set 2. Raekwon Rogers, 5th kill on his 6th swing. Rua gonna come back on for Siena Heights. Wouldn't be shocked to see Milan serve right to him and see if he's ready to roll. Yoon, double contact. 15-3 Warriors. Indiana Tech on a 5-0 run right now. 9 of the last 10 points belong to the Warriors. Milan again puts it in play. Tucker for Rua. He misses on the swing. 16-3. And Siena Heights, you may as well just flush this set away right now, and you're gonna have to win by reverse sweep if you're gonna move on, because it's all Tech in set 2. This time, Milan commits the service error. Point Saints, 16-4. Nice crowd of student athletes on hand here today from Indiana Tech. Warriors supporting Warriors sort of thing. Women's basketball, women's lacrosse, women's volleyball. Feel like they've got some track and field in the building potentially as well. Just good to see continued support here on campus. Dante Stewart, 17-4. Yoon setting down the middle, punched over by Bailey. Now Dosanjh for Raekwon Rogers. And it's another Indiana Tech point. Can do no wrong in this set if you're the Warriors. Now hitting at 636. 5 aces, just 1 error. Mario Capo now. Back set for Tucker. Milan pushed it up. Dosanjh going for Dante Stewart. Little drop action. Falls again. 19-4. Siena Heights is going to take a timeout, try to stop the bleeding, but it is all Warriors in set 2, trying to move on to the WAC semifinals.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Message was pretty clear and concise from Coach Sines. Wake up. And that is what he told his Siena Heights Saints, at least from what we can tell from up here. 19-4 set 2. Indiana Tech in front. Warriors won the opening set 25-20. And Tech is just in total control right now in set 2. Mario Capo. Jump serve and a service error makes it 19-5. But this is where Siena Heights has got to pick up some momentum in this match if they're going to come back and be competitive in set 3 and try to still win this match. It's not out of reach. You've got plenty of time still, but this set is where you've got to start building something, and that'll count for an ace. So Kisner, the ace, makes it 19-6. Back-to-back points for Siena Heights. Stewart lining it up. It was pancaked, but nobody else there to help as Baza extended to keep it alive. 20-6, 5 points to get for Indiana Tech, and Siena Heights just with 6 points currently. This has been one of the best sets all year for the Warriors. Carrico. And a free ball back over. Dosanjh swiping down on touch 2. Backline Arsenal. Extension from Capo. Free ball makes it back over after the extra help from Milan. No dice. Point Indiana Tech. Baza couldn't clear against Dosanjh. 21-6. Carrico 4 points away. To the back line, 6th ace of set 2. Coach Sines just, I think, lost his mind here in the second set with sort of the effort against the serve. Overpass, Stewart. It's all Indiana Tech right now, 23-6. Carrico's service error. Warriors 8 aces, 9 errors in the match. 6 aces in this set. They've got just 1 attack error in set 2. 23-7. Carrico getting up. Dante Stewart blocked back. Stavring get credit for the rejection. 23-8. Dosanjh going for Stewart. And he's blocked again. And this is, if you're Coach Rosenberg, you love how this second set has gone, obviously, with the score what it reads right now, but a little bit of emphasis probably once they get back after this set to say, hey, that was a nice set, but we've got one more to win. Service error, and it's set point in the second. All Warriors in set two. Armando serves. Armando San serving at set point, and too strong. (24-10), set point two. Meisen the serve for Siena Heights. Comes back over, and Arsenal with a termination, 24-11. This is what you're looking for if you're Siena Heights and Coach Sines. You've got something to build off all of a sudden at the end of this second set. Set point number 3. Meisen serving once again for Siena Heights. Dosanjh, Mason Milan. A touch and an Indiana Tech point. Set 2 belongs to the Warriors, 25-11. We head to the third set after this break. SummitCitySports.com.
It's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The two things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets. And also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage in the material more. They can give you recommendations, especially once you get out of college. You definitely want to put them down as like references. And if you have a better personal relationship, it just makes the whole learning experience go smoothly.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
SummitCitySports.com. It is 2-0 in the match as Indiana Tech storms to a 25-11 set 2 victory. And the Warriors are just one set win away from punching their ticket to the WAC semifinals, which will be played on Friday. WAC championship on Saturday. All three matches, the two semifinals and the championship, will be played at Lourdes Friday and Saturday. Set 2 right now at Mount Vernon Nazarene. Lawrence Tech is leading, but it's beg your pardon, we're tied up 23-23 in set 2 at Mount Vernon Nazarene. Lawrence Tech did win the opening set 25-14. So we'll keep our eyes on that, keep you updated with how that match shakes out. The winner of this one will take on Cornerstone on Friday night. I would assume that'll be the last game of the evening. Lourdes being the number 1 seed, try to get the most rest possible. So you would assume they'll play first. And then the winner of this one against Cornerstone second. Carrico serves set 3 underway, and too strong on the serve from Carrico. 1-0 Siena Heights. Mark Arsenal trying to keep this season alive for the Saints. Dosanjh, Stewart two-hand, pop over. And then nobody looking at touch 2 for Siena Heights. Just miscommunication, or nobody was ready for it. It's a free point for Indiana Tech. Mount Vernon Nazarene has taken the second set, 25-23 over Lawrence Tech, 1-1 apiece, heading to set 3. Bailey, awkward angle, didn't matter. He punched it down and over. 2-1. Jacob Kisner, he's got an ace in this match. Fonda, the swing and the kill. Warriors hitting .357 for the match after that Fonda kill. +6 in the overall ace department right now for Indiana Tech. Dante Stewart on the high toss, jump serve, cross court. Going out for Baza, way too strong. Point Indiana Tech. Good battle in set 1, set 2, all Warriors. Dante Stewart. High toss, jump serve, beautiful serve. Long run for Yoon, popped up in the air. Tucker swings and glanced it off the arm of Syracuse. 3-3, and maybe that's something different that Siena Heights can try and go to now, is with Tucker on the attack, although Yoon just subbed out. So maybe when Yoon is on the back line, they move him to center and let Tucker swing, because that first one looked good. Dosanjh, soft tap for Fonda. Stavring setting Baza. Kill is in. 4-3. Tucker. High toss and a jump serve. Dosanjh setting Stewart, 3-meter line, too strong. Siena Heights point makes it 5-3 Saints. And again, I think the end of set 2 helped settle down the Saints a little bit. We got nothing to lose at this point anymore. Out for Mason Milan. Blocker slid late and got there in time. 6-3 Siena Heights. Tucker continues to serve. Milan gets another opportunity. Syracuse tap down. Point Indiana Tech. Clayton Wheatley. Serves over and in, and an ace for Wheatley. Again, miscommunication for Siena Heights on that back line. 9th ace for Indiana Tech in the match. Wheatley off the tape. Tucker back set. Off the blocker hand and out on the swing for Baza. 7-5 Siena Heights. John Fonda re-enters for Wheatley, and then Carrico will return to the back line. Syracuse the first touch and the kill attempt. Tucker for Arsenal. Sent back by Milan. Rally continues as Arsenal gets another swing and makes it 8-5. Siena Heights has woken up here in set 3. And that'll force a timeout by Indiana Tech. Warriors lead the match 2-0, but the Saints off to an 8-5 start here in set 3. We'll come back to the Schaefer Center in 1 minute. SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
2-0 match advantage for Indiana Tech, but the Warriors trailing in the third set. 8-5 Siena Heights in front. Jaron Matheny for SummitCitySports.com. Glad to be with you. Josh Butts running our camera. Meisen serves out of the Indiana Tech timeout. Syracuse cleans up the pancake. Makes it 8-6. Carrico out, Milan serving as Rosno re-enters. Mason Milan serves out. And the error gives the Saints a 3-point advantage once again at 9-6. Jonathan Stavring. Dosanjh, quick set. Rogers punched it, came back over. Now Rogers on the second touch. Syracuse puts it through. 9-7. (25-20) in the first, 25-11 in set 2. First touch coming back. Dosanjh tried to look for Stewart on the set and pushed it way too far. That's a mistake on Dosanjh. 10-7 Siena Heights, and Coach Rosenberg a little frustrated right now. You start to smell that blood in the water, so to speak. Got to be able to finish. Dosanjh, Stewart blocked back, and again Siena Heights has the answer. It's Bailey. You wouldn't be able to tell it by how this third set has played out. Siena Heights has dropped 17 consecutive sets here in the month of April. Dosanjh, Stewart got another chance, got blocked again. 12-7 Saints, and Dylan Poor is going to check in. Dante Stewart coming out. Yoon, cross-court serve and an error, makes it 12-8. Opens the window back up for Indiana Tech, and you got to be able to take advantage if you're the Warriors, and it starts with serving, and Ben Rosno going to come back in and serve for Tech. A little bit of words between Milan and Coach Rosenberg. Yoon setting for Tucker. Down the line at Capo, 13-8. Dosanjh for Dylan Poor, and he's blocked. Lift was called. 14-8. Arsenal on the high toss. Good spot for Dosanjh to set. Fonda off his fingertips. Kisner back for Baza. Fonda just sending it over. Bailey, back left corner, 15-8, Siena Heights. Didn't quite come out with the same intensity here in set three that we saw in the first two sets. Dosanjh going back for Capo. Tucker pushing, Baza. Now Poor, again sent backwards. Poor, this time it's good. But you're going to have a run now for Indiana Tech. Baza blocked back. Tucker. And running into the scores table, Rosno and Poor here. And Dylan Poor back up to his feet. Saints points, 16-9. Kisner serving it Poor. Dosanjh, awkward angle. Rosno did get it over. And right now, Indiana Tech is not playing with good anticipation right at the moment. Poor to the back line, 16-10. Siracusa on. Capo comes off. Poor will serve. 16-10, third set. Rosno dumps it back in. Point Warriors. Competitive fire for Mason Milan. That's the entire thing behind why he was hot coming off the floor. He doesn't want to leave this kind of match. And that you totally understand why. Service error makes it 17-11. Stewart and Milan both going to re-enter. And maybe that lights the fire, what Coach Rosenberg trying to do. Might put Stewart and Milan into a different mindset. Dosanjh, he's going to Milan. Hello! Exactly what Coach Rosenberg's trying to do. A good coach is willing to be the enemy of his players at times, or at least frustrate his players a little bit, know what buttons to push, and Coach Rosenberg trying to push the right button here in the third. Milan, how about it? Back to back. Timeout. Siena Heights, 17-13 in set 3. Warriors trying to stage the comeback in the third and trying to sweep. We'll welcome you back to the Schaefer Center in 1 minute.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
(17-13), third set. Indiana Tech serves out of the timeout. Clayton Wheatley across. Tucker looking at Stavring. Milan, too strong, looking for a touch, but to no avail. Point Saints. Carrico, the libero. And it's Meisen serving for Siena Heights. Looking for Siracusa off his fingertips. Rogers dumps it down. Point Indiana Tech, and Coach Sines thought for sure there was a net violation there. Mason Milan serving. Down by 4 in the third, 2-0 match advantage. Dosanjh, Raekwon Rogers. Can't believe there wasn't a lift called there. Stewart. Popped up by Kisner, joust. Dosanjh for Siracusa. Rally continues. And that's out. Point Tech. (18-15) set 3. Milan with the ace. Splits the defenders on the back row. 18-16. Second ace of set 3. 10th ace of the match for Indiana Tech. Milan, coffin corner in the ace. Timeout, Siena Heights. Indiana Tech back within one in the third set, trying to sweep to move on to the WAC semifinals.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes.
Good luck, Tammy.
See you, David.
Things happen. How do you make the unexpected happen? Take the next step with an online degree from Indiana Tech. Start with a visit to one of our 2 new Chicago area enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette. You'll discover a wide range of affordable undergraduate and graduate degrees with flexible class schedules designed to fit your lifestyle and help you earn a degree sooner than you'd expect. Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech.
Back at the Schaefer Center, SummitCitySports.com, continuing with the third set. Mason Milan serving out of the break. Warriors have one timeout remaining. This one offline, and the women's basketball crew, Juliana Burris, ducking out of the way down there. 19-17, set 3. And Jonathan Stavring serving. Dosanjh, Raekwon Rogers. He has been dynamite in his final match at the Schaefer Center. 8 kills on 11 swings. He's got a solo block as well as a block assist. 97.5 blocks this year for Rogers. Mario Capo. Tucker going to the outside for Arsenal. Cross-court kill is in. 20-18. Siena Heights did have a 5-point lead in this third set. Indiana Tech trying to pull off the comeback as Yoon now serves. Stewart. Off his fingertips, it's good. Point Warriors. Dante Stewart, 9th kill. Does have 7 errors today. Jacob Carrico in a big spot. Too strong on the serve. 21-19. Mark Arsenal. This is another huge point here. Dosanjh out, Dante Stewart. Dosanjh popped it up. Points alive, Stewart, 2-hand shove. And it falls, point Saints. Coach Rosenberg does have a timeout remaining. Fonda found the perfect spot. Need a run here from the Warriors if you're an Indiana Tech fan. If there's going to be a chance at a sweep, feel like you got to have these next 3. Dosanjh with a quick serve. Kisner for Yoon. Tucker, cross-court kill. Ball's alive. Free ball return. Milan on the scramble. Baza out. Great play by Alex Rosno. He ducks out of the way. Lets that ball go out. Great read by number 12. Yoon got bumped into. Hit the back of his head. He says he's okay. Just making sure. Good to check on that sort of thing. 22-21, Siena Heights in the third. Armando Sanj serves, trying to tie it up. Kisner was handcuffed. Baza on the push, Capo slides in. Dosanjh from Milan to tie us up. We are tied at 22. Mason Milan. And a chance to give Tech the lead in the third. Tap came over. Milan swings down at Yoon. Kisner back set. Baza too strong. No touch. Indiana Tech leads. 3 in a row, right on cue. And technically speaking, 4 in a row for Indiana Tech. But 3 with Dosanjh serving. Tucker bats it down. 23 all. Dosanjh, she's going to go to Dante Stewart. Soft touch. Ball is alive for a shove over. Dosanjh back to Stewart again. Kisner couldn't handle it. Match point for Indiana Tech. Fans rise to their feet in the Schaefer Center. Match point 1 for the Warriors to go to the WAC semis. Dante Stewart. Tucker setting for Baza. Off the block and good. It is overtime in set 3. Substitution. Jacob Pickett re-enters for the Saints. Their best guy at the service line, Zach Tucker. Dosanjh, perfect place, sets out Milan, one-on-one. But he missed it. Point Siena Heights, 25-24. Set point 1 for Siena Heights, Zach Tucker. Serve is long. Overtime continues. (25-25), third set. Clayton Wheatley serving. Long run for Tucker. Pickett didn't make it over, 4 touches, and it's match point for Indiana Tech. Match point for the Warriors. Wheatley serving. Tucker got it up. Stavring rejected, and the Warriors are moving on to the WAC semifinals. Raekwon Rogers on the stuff, and Indiana Tech wins in straight sets over Siena Heights. WAC semifinals will take place on Friday night. Lords will take on the winner of Mount Vernon Nazarene and Lawrence Tech. Warriors will face Cornerstone for a spot in the WAC championship. 27-25 in the third set. Indiana Tech wins over Siena Heights. Warriors hit .299 for the match. Raekwon Rogers is our player of the match. 8 kills on 11 swings, no errors, and 2 total blocks. It's our final home match of the year. I want to thank you for joining us this season on SummitCitySports.com. Good luck to the Indiana Tech Warriors. Reminder, Lords will have coverage of all the matches this weekend starting on Friday. You can check out the Lords Athletic YouTube site and their athletic webpage for more information. A sweep of Siena Heights, and the Indiana Tech season continues Friday with the WAC semifinals. For Josh Butts and SummitCitySports.com, I'm Jaron Matheny. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you once again in the fall for women's volleyball.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and